Good morning, America, and welcome to Bridging the Gap. And I'm your host, George G. Money Willis. And it's a cold day. It's about 20 degrees outside, dude. But I'm finna get it in. You better believe it, because every day is an adventure. And it's all about what you make it. You know, I heard Jim Rohn say, plan your day and work your plan. Plan your day and work your plan. And today on Facebook, I said, plan your life and work your plan. And if the plan's not working, then change it. And like Les Brown said, if you don't like where you live, move. You're not a tree. You're not planted in the ground. You know what I realized about my life? And I said this on Twitter today. Actually, I sent it to Ron on Twitter today, that my life is like a series of episodes, man, and I'm excited about what's coming next. You know, I've been saying that, you know, and I haven't really recorded anything in a couple of weeks because my life is in a transitional period. I had a plan, and sometimes your plan will be derailed, okay? I had a plan, and I was sitting back building my website, building my ministry, and I was living off unemployment because at first I have never received unemployment. I'm not an unemployment type of guy, I thought. But then I realized a friend of mine told me that was money I put in there, so take advantage of it. So I was living off my unemployment, building my ministry, then all of a sudden the Republicans took the unemployment. I'm like, wow, dude. So I've been forced to go out into the job market and look for a job. And I've been looking for a job, and it's been pretty exciting. And I'm going to get a good job because I'm claiming it. But so everybody was complaining about the Republicans taking unemployment, and they fighting over taxes and all this kind of stuff. So Obama decided that he would agree to the tax cuts, or not cutting the taxes or whatever. He would agree with the Republicans in order to give us unemployment back and give us benefits back. And now the Democrats mad at him. I'm like, oh my goodness, can he ever do anything right for these people? He's trying to do the best he can, and we elected him, so we need to let him do his job. This guy went to Harvard, was in Harvard law school and all this kind of stuff, so I believe he's got a little bit of smarts about him, so let him do his job. But in the meantime, I need to plan my life and work my plan. I can't keep worrying about what Obama and the politicians are doing. I need to worry about what I'm doing. So, you know, one of the things I saw on Twitter, and I have to share this with you, that Russ said this morning, good givers are good getters. So he said, he was talking about the more you give, the more you get, man. Isn't that such a profound statement? And it's short. Good givers are good givers. So instead of continuing to worry about what Obama and the politicians are doing, I need to stay on the right path. I need to make sure that I don't let the devil or evil thoughts overtake my body. You know, and I can't watch the news too much, man. I'm watching the news, watching WikiLeaks and all this stuff, man. Dude, I need to do what I can do. God put me here, and if I do the best I can with what I have, I will make the world a better place. Now, I have to read something from the greatest book on the planet. I'm going to read from Romans 12:2, and there's a point to this. Don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. So you have to be renewed by the transforming of your mind, dude. Don't stay stuck. Our young people need us. You know what? Smooth from the Inflation Boys, we talk on the phone every day, man. And he inspires me, man. He made me stay on top of my game because he'll call me and ask me questions. And what I realize is that young people need a forum. They need to be heard. They need a place to really talk and get good guidance. You know, and I can say this openly, which Smooth knows, that he called me and I call his dad. So he's really talking to his dad because his dad is talking to me because I'm asking his dad for advice. His dad is very wise and very spiritual. But Smooth will call me and talk to me, and I'll call his dad and talk to his dad. His dad strengthened me and I strengthened him. They just need some guidance, man, and we need to do our part to be there for our young people and quit worrying about what the politicians are doing. They're rich and they're successful. They're happy. They're making decisions about our life that are affecting us. Okay, we elected them. We gave them that position. Let them have it. Let's be more focused on what we're doing on a daily basis. Okay, our families are falling apart. Men and women don't have a relationship. Let's work on that. Let's work on that. I mean that. Women, open the door for the men to come back. Men, open the door for your kids. Even if you ain't got no money, spend time with your kids, man. The kids don't want the money as much as they want the time, as much as they need the time. Also, I wanted to share with you about what Reverend Ron said on Twitter. He said, being afraid to run to church because you're ashamed of your sin is being like afraid to seek a doctor when you're sick. You know, so go to church, man. Get around some spiritual people. Don't be afraid. Nobody's perfect. You know, everybody is fearful as you are. So don't be afraid. Do what you do. You know, I heard this guy. I love my cousin. My cousin is the mayor of Riverdale. Okay, Dr. Evelyn Wynn-Dixon. And they had this event, the tree lighting last week. And this guy, and I wish I could remember his name. He got up and he started preaching. He moved me. So I'm going to go to his church. There's a lot of powerful people out there. Move around. Enjoy life. Enjoy church. Go to World Changers. Go to Fountain of Faith. I love Fountain of Faith. Reverend Newman, he's something else, man. So, you know, do what you got to do. I love Pastor May and all these people that come into my life. Pastor May told me to read John 1 and 2. And I did. And I found out that in the beginning, the Word was with God, and God was the Word, and then Jesus came out of that. And then how John the Baptist, they asked him if he was the prophet, the Messiah, and he was Elijah. He said no. Elijah. He said no. You know, but Jesus came, and you know how he knew it was Jesus? Because the Holy Spirit rained down, and he knew. I mean, so I learned all that, guys, and it's exciting. So by me feeling myself spiritually, I can move smooth spiritually. I don't just depend on his Father. I don't just depend on church. I don't just depend on the Bible. I don't just depend on Facebook and Twitter. I put all that together. I'm a continuous student. The more I learn, the bigger I become. You can follow me on Facebook. I changed my Facebook name. It used to be Money's Making. Now it's just George Willis. Look for me, George Willis. Or you can Google George Willis Ministries and you'll find me. God, there's no limit. I can't wait to see what God has for me next. And I'm going to continue to bridge the gap.